Just break down the supply side for us at this point, because we know that there are challenges around the labour side. We've just seen it through the lens of a number of different readings globally around CPI, that there is pressure from materials coming into the mix. How strong are some of the headwinds that you are facing on the cost pressure side?
We're looking at the supply chain. It's mainly our clients that are suffering and suffer from delays, which obviously also on the project side partly will have an impact on us. Directly, Bilfinger is more selling the people, so we have an indirect impact. We see some projects with some delays, but not a big issue so far. Looking at the inflation, yes, we feel it. And I think we need to get used to an environment of inflation. It hasn't been there for a very long time. But on one hand side, we have clauses in some of our contracts to be able to escalate it. And on the other side, we need to make up for it on the efficiency side. So yes, it is there, but we take the challenge and try to make sure that the results will not suffer.
Christina, just a couple of things that sort of jump out in the numbers. One is just the modest improvement in EBITDA margin, and obviously the question around free cash flow at this point. Only a modest improvement there. What does it take in terms of writing profitable or doing profitable business to get both the margin and the free cash flow numbers moving a little bit more aggressively?
Well, I think in the first half, it has been a lot of focus on growth. So obviously the working capital has increased as a normal consequence of that. But where we are now at the end of September, the working capital is one of the main targets to improve until the end of the year. We're not happy with the performance, even if it has improved in Q3. So there is potential here to get back to the very, very good performance working capital that we saw, especially at the end of last year. And I'm confident that we can improve in the last quarter. I think the cash flow is something that obviously needs a lot of focus to be as fit as the EBITDA. Yes, there is a certain trade-off, but in general, I think we have also made a lot of progress on the cash flow side over the last years. So I'm confident that that number will improve until the end of the year.
And obviously there's an important announcement here about management. I just wonder if I could ask you a couple of questions around that. Do we expect there to be a change in strategy then from the incoming CEO? And what will you do at this point? Go back to the CFO role, or are you looking for maybe a new challenge?
Well, if I start with your last question, I'm going back to my role as CFO that I have had also during the interim period. I have been very clear from the beginning. I'm an interim CEO at Bilfinger, and I'm very happy as the CFO, and I still see a lot of potential to support Bilfinger here becoming better on the financial side. So I'm looking forward to be able to focus on the CFO role again, and I'm not looking for a new challenge outside of Bilfinger. Going forward in regard of the strategy, I think we have a robust strategy. We have a transformation where we have taken essential steps forward in the last years, and not the least this year. And of course, a new CEO will have new ideas, and his focus will be on the growth side. We need to grow faster. We need to also use the energy transition to grow our business, and I'm looking forward to Thomas joining us in March and contribute to this growth that is also one of the most important steps on this transformation journey.